What's up?
What is up, everybody? Hello, hello. Thank you once again for joining. It's Wednesday night, so you know we're already doing the Dynamite review, Mad Family style, with on FTW Family Time Wrestling Television. That's what we're doing tonight. Um,
Yeah.
it's your boy Lyle Madman Murray here with the beautiful Bonafide Thundercat. What did you think of tonight's show, girl? Go ahead and give us straight out. You know how I do 3-star review. Let's hear it.
Yeah. The three mic drops. I'm gonna give AEW. I'm gonna give them a solid 1.3. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I enjoy Mariah May. I love the women's tag team match that was tonight, and then shout out to our Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Um, I keep on wanting to call her Amber Moon, but I can't remember her name in AEW.
Athena, goddess of war,
There
Athena.
you go, listen. Athena, forgive me, but she is the longest reigning women's defending champion, and she popping right now. But she's always been popping from NXT to WWE, just everywhere she's been. She's always been the champ, the title holder. As quiet as it's kept. I just feel like she doesn't get the big praise and big she doesn't get really talked about in that fashion, which is sometimes is just kind of like mind blowing because she's top notch. So I'm gonna give it a 1.3, even though we didn't see Athena on our screen today. But the ladies did hold it down on AEW tonight. So the first hour, it was good. It was good, but then it kind of we getting better, y'all. We getting better. AEW, we getting better. We getting better.
It's definitely a slow burn. I give it about a 1.8, 1.5, 1.8 around there. Just because majority of the matches were solid. Pretty much every match had a oh shit kind of moment where there were a couple moves you're like oh. And so if you can get at least a couple of those per match or something, get a couple of the memorable spots or whatever, I guess you're pretty much doing your job. The stories aren't
Right. You
bad.
know what? I'm gonna up mine. I'm gonna give them a 2. Even though shout
Okay.
outs to John Moxley. John Moxley, he did make his presence known today in the building. I do not appreciate him messing up Private Party. I don't even know why he had to do them like that. But before he smashed that boy's hand, he did speak some facts. But god damn,
Look, look, look.
shit,
Look, he wouldn't
shit.
have did them. He wouldn't have did them boys that way. They attacked him. He probably respected that they jumped him. They attacked on him, jumped on him. Okay, I respect that, but motherfucker, I'm gonna hurt you now. I respect anybody that's man enough to knuckle up to me. But once they hit me, if I don't go to sleep, they're gonna fucking pay. So it's time.
I just love me some Private Party, and it was heartbreaking. It
They
was
bit off a little
heartbreaking.
more than they could chew tonight. I'll tell you what, they spent a little too much time partying last night. If they'd have spent a little more time in the gym instead, they might have stood a better chance tonight. They bit off more than they could chew. That don't mean they're done or they're through. That just means we'll see them later on down the road. Tonight was not their night. They tried it, didn't work.
Right,
With that
and
being
then
said, go
today
ahead.
security guard. They was working hard tonight too.
I
Shout
do agree
out,
with you.
but
It
yeah,
is a much deserved shout out to Athena as well. She's actually from around my old camping grounds. That's where she's from in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Listen,
she's been
yeah,
killing
she
on the
definitely
indie scene
doesn't
for
I
a
care.
just
long.
gotta say something about that.
What?
Yeah,
I just want to say shout out to Athena's husband, because your boy Luther J Diamond will be working in Athena's promotion, her personal wrestling promotion here very soon.
Oh, are you
bro.
saying? Are you saying you her husband?
No, I'm saying that her husband is the
Oh,
booker of the wrestling promotion that she owns, and I'll be
got
wrestling
you.
it very soon.
Woo, boy, that's what I'm talking about. You heard that here first, people. Luther A. Diamond about to be wrestling under for Athena, doing big things with big people.
Diamond
Next stop, Luther A. Diamond, TNT champion, AEW. Taking that title away from the patriarchy and Christian Cage. Can't wait to see that. But anyway, spoiler alert for the future, people. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that to y'all. But just remember, you heard it here first from the madman Lyle Murray's mouth. All right. We got the beginning, very first match of the night, Jericho versus Orange Cassidy. Good 20-minute match. I thought it was a little excessive, but it was a decent match. It wasn't the best match, but it was a good match. It's Jericho, it's Orange. They're going to put on a show. What do you think?
Yeah. I liked it, but like you said,
I'm going to cut you off real quick because I forgot to put up my viewer discretion is advised. I smoke, I cuss, I give my opinion. Bonafide is free to do the same. Anyone else comes on as a guest, it's free to do the same. So parental advisory, put the kids to bed. It's too damn late for them to be up anyways. From this point forward, this is not your normal PG-13, whatever bullshit you see on TV. We are rated TVMA for mature. Let's go on and move on ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just forgot to get that in early on.
No, you're good. Oh, and then, I happen to have my best friend's shirt on, Orange Cassidy somewhere in this shirt. But, shout outs to Trent Beretta. I still miss Trent Beretta. But
hashtag, where's Trent?
Yeah, okay, for real. But this match, it did what it needed to do. The only thing I just didn't like is that they rang the bell. And then everybody was in the ring fighting, and then they got out the ring. And then during the match, they were interfering in the match. I'm like, this might as well have been a 6-man tag match at this point. It's just, it really didn't need to be a one-on-one. But nonetheless, that's what we got. And I'm glad that Orange Cassidy did pull out the win. I did like the little trick at the end. So for the match to be kind of excessive and then for it to kind of end on an excessive note, it was like, okay, I'll take it. It did what it needed to do. It was kind of like a crowd pleaser, and it started off the show on a good note. So
okay,
it did what it needed to do. I was freshly squeezed by the end of the match.
See, it might not have pleased me 100%, but it pleased you. And that's the beautiful thing about wrestling is you're going to find an audience. You're going to hit somebody. And there are other matches that I probably thought were great that didn't necessarily hit you the same way. That's just how it works. We have Pac and Claudio coming out. They're calling out Yuta, telling them basically, hey, man, we haven't seen you since the Danielson incident. We are Trios champions, and we need to defend these at an open challenge next week, so we expect you to be there. Man up, suck it up, and show up, basically was the gist and the message of what they had to say to Yuta. Yuta does get an interview immediately afterwards backstage, before they do anything else, saying, he might not, he has some conflicting feelings. He had kind of like this off moment where he said Wrestle Dream. I don't know if that was an actual fuck up or just part of the storyline, but then they hand him his title that he supposedly forgot backstage, so it might be part of the story. Regardless, he's showing he's having some conflicting feelings. We don't know if he's going to go with Danielson or if he's going to stay with the BCC. Not quite sure yet myself. I have to see a little bit more. But he says, of course, he's a man. He'll honor his obligations. He's proud to be a champion and to be performing on a big stage like Grand Slam. So next week at Grand Slam, he'll be there to defend his championships.
Yeah, I like the promo. Willer Yuta sounded good. He was serious. I believe him. I'm not a huge Willer Yuta fan, but after that little segment, I was like, okay, I'm rocking with you, Willer. I see where you at, So I am kind of excited to see which way he'll go, because I do think he might go with the BCC. I feel like he's kind of like playing this a little bit, but then I'm like, I don't know. But I like the fact that I don't know, So it's like, okay, I'll take it. Because Willer Yuta, he's been out for a minute on injury. So for him to come back and then, they do win the Trios champion belt. I wasn't a big fan of the storyline, but now I'm like, okay. Each time I get more and more intrigued, so I'm like, okay, we'll see. Yeah. It's cooking. It's almost Thanksgiving. We about to hit Halloween, so it's like a trick or treat.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on, we got Roderick Strong joining commentary for the next match, second match of the night, and it's Hook the Hook signal coming out versus JD Inc. Some tatted up local guy. Shout out to JD Inc. I mean, anybody. It doesn't matter if it's a squash match, man. You're getting exposure. People look at you, see your gear, see your tats, see your name. Oh, that was funny. He got beat up, but at least your name's on somebody's lips for your 5 minutes of fame. Squash match as implicated. Hook beats the dog shit out of JD Inc. Suplex after suplex after suplex. Beat the shit out of him. Yeah, you hit Taz on commentary, talking. I know Roderick Strong trying to get his attention. He's like being disrespectful, not talking to him. Just trying to build up Roderick Strong versus Hook more, and I don't particularly care. It'll be an all right match, but it is what it is. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just over this. I know they're trying to build it up, but it's like, yeah, okay. Next. I'm sorry. It's next. I'm over it. It's boring a little bit. I don't know what they could do, where they can go with this, but it's boring. I'm not gonna lie. And then Ricky! Where's Ricky Starks? Ricky! Ricky! I need him on my TV! Because it's boring. It's boring. And then shout outs to Will Hobbs. I know Will Hobbs is still recovering from his injury. Keith Lee, it'd be nice to see some of these faces on my TV, because some of these wrestlers that's been on Dynamite and they've been on the show like weekly now, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And I'm sorry. It's like they get on, and I'm like, it makes me wonder where these other wrestlers are at. Like, I wish they got this much TV time, because this is stale. And they keep dragging it out week after week after week with the same person, or they shuffle it around and they come back again, they spin the block again. Well, I want to spin the block over there. I'm tired of being at this block party. It needs to get shut down. It needs to get shut down. Boo. That's all I gotta say is boo. Sorry, right. Not sorry.
Don't be sorry, yeah. We got Private Party backstage segment calling out the BCC for next week at Grand Slam. They'll have a third partner. I'm not sure if they have a third person. They'll be the Alex guy probably, right?
I don't know. Listen, they ain't about to have no match next week. Isaiah Cassidy hand is smashed.
But this is before that happened. We gotta go back in time. We're going through the show.
This is true. But yeah, I didn't know who the third partner was going to be. To be honest, I had no clue.
Probably that Alex guy. I'm thinking Alex because the Lucha Brothers, as far as I know, have officially signed with WWE. They're gonna jump straight to the main roster. The Lucha Brothers will be wrestling for them.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. But I don't know Alex to be no wrestler. I just thought he was the interpreter and the hype man. So, I thought he could have been the hype man, but I don't know who the third person was going to be. I did not know.
Well,
I wish I did.
You might see. I don't know. They might use it for storyline purposes, but then we jump straight to a Christian Cage backstage interview where he just says the same old basic shit, Christian Cage style.
All the time.
And then comes, for whatever reason, just out of nowhere starts berating Kip Sabian, talking about his dead dad. And
he didn't have to do Kip like that. He didn't have to do Kip like that.
And moves on from there. I had Kip bowing down, backing down. I'm sorry. I don't know. I like me some Kip Sabian.
And
so
Kip is supposed to be super bad. He's supposed to be super bad. And then they got him in the corner looking like a whimpering dog. I did not like that. I did not appreciate that.
Yeah. So shout out to Kip Sabian.
Yeah.
We got third match tonight. Good to see the Professor Serena Deeb with Mariah May versus Queen Empanada. I mean, Queen
Not
Amanada.
empanada. Don't call her no damn empanada. I'll knock your head off. Bam! It is amanada, not empanada. I'm mad. I'm mad. Not an empanada.
I knew I had to say that.
Empanada.
I knew I had to say that. I thought about it earlier. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I knew I had to say that during the show because I knew I'd get a reaction out of you. That was purely for your benefit right there. Shout out to Queen Amanada.
That was funny though. And I'm mad because I instantly thought of an empanada too. I remember when Taco Bell used to carry those. Them things was good.
Oh, shit. Here we go. Here we go. Queen Taco Bell and Yuka Sakazaki.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man, that tag. Okay, anyways. This wasn't one of my favorite matches. It was okay. Again, this is probably, I think, professionally, this is like the worst match of the night.
I can see that. I think I was more excited because out of all the women that wrestled in this match, I like 3 out of the 4. Sasaki, however you pronounce her name. I'm sorry, girlfriend.
Sakazaki.
She did look good. Yeah, she did look good in this match, but I'm not a big fan of her as a wrestler. You know what I mean? But in this match, I was able to really see her showcase herself. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, all right, I can get with that. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it, like how it has been and what I thought it would be. So it was just really good. And then I just like Mariah May. I'm not even gonna lie to you. In my eyes right now, she just can't do no wrong. And then I'm really just I'm just patiently waiting for Toni Storm to come back. So I'm like, ooh. Yeah, so I'm just excited, and then Queen Amanada, I like to see her. I like each and every time they show her on TV, so it was just good to see all of them get some TV time, and especially Serena D. I love me some Serena D. So, and just as far as like the women wrestlers in AEW, some of them still need a lot of work, So in this match, I felt like it was an evenly well matched match for them to have, So for going back to what you said, professional wrestling, but as far as what we've seen from the women in AEW, this is probably one of the best matches that of some equally yoked talent in the match. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. We do have Queen Amanada and Yuka Sakazaki picking up the victory via disqualification because Mariah May uses the belt, which I don't think is done enough by heel champions anymore, and just blocked Yuka. So building them sure to wrestle Dream or something. Again, it's filler until Toni comes back or until they find a suitable actual opponent for which we're gonna get it. We're Mina's coming. She's gonna be there and she's gonna show up against I think we're gonna get Mina before we're gonna get Toni, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm excited for it too. So I'm excited because Mina's they showed her in AEW throughout, for a little bit of time. So I'm excited for us to really get to see who she is. I feel like they just kind of threw her at us. And, if you knew who she was, then you knew it. And if you did it, you just did it. So now I feel like we finally get
pretty quick. Like, she got a lot of fans really quick. Yes, a lot of it is her looks, definitely. Come on now. We're real on this show. We're not going to sugarcoat shit. So a lot of it is she's a very attractive woman. However, the other half of it is she's gotten infectious energy. Like, she just... Yeah. Whether she's a heel, whether she's a face, whether it's she does some creepy kind of shit, like what the hell. But Japanese style of wrestling, that strong style, is the movements. It's creepy. Look at the way Shinsuke and Asuka do stuff a lot of the time. That's that strong style. That's that Japanese style. So she does that with perfection. The fact that she has the long pass with Mariah May, and that they've shown us that in the vignettes and everything we've seen. I like it. I like the build. I like
Yeah.
Mina. I hope they sign her
Me
full
too.
time. She can speak English decently well for compared to most that we see come from Japan. Still thick accent, but you can understand her, and she understands
Yeah.
English perfectly well. So let's see more Mina. I think she can wrestle. From what we've seen of her in the ring, she can definitely wrestle.
Yeah. So I'm
So.
excited. What's up, MTG Gaming in the building, y'all? What's up?
What is up? Thank you for joining. As usual, everyone that's joined in at this point has put up with me. I appreciate it. And we all know you're here for Bonafide. She showed up in style. I showed up looking like a bum, but it's what I do sometimes. Get the fuck over it. So here we are. At one of the moments that we've been hitting at talking about during out the show. We got Mox and Company, meaning Claudio, Pac, and Marina Shafir coming out to, I guess, address the we don't know. He's just coming out. It's what they do, you know. And Private Party decides to jump them en route, you know, when they're down close to the ring. Well, that turns sour for them, and they get beat the fuck down. Commander comes out to help, gets beat the fuck down.
Yo, why was everybody showing up so late? I'm like, yo, it was just like bad timing. It was bad timing. Like, where were you? Anywho, proceed.
I couldn't really tell what they smashed his hand with and who it was. Was it Marcus Quinn?
No, it was Isaiah Cassidy. John Moxley smashed his hand with the sledgehammer.
It was a sledgehammer. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. That shit sound like it hurt. Yes, she is. MTG Gaming. Yes, she is.
I'm sure it did. The only one that really got some of that came in for some support and got a couple good licks in without really taking any hits was Darby Allin coming in last and late, flying down the ramp, getting in the ring. I'm gonna start calling him Ram Chop. Getting in the ring, shouting out, telling Mox, fuck you. Not just telling Mox he's going to beat him. He didn't say, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to maim you. None of the classic shit that we hear from everybody. No. Mox said, I'm going to walk through you. Not Mox. I'm sorry, Darby. Darby said, I'm going to walk through you to Mox. Like, he just made it sound so easy and simple. Like, it's going to be a walk in the park. No work for him at all. Gonna just run right through Mox.
Like the rich homie Quad. Baby, I walk.
He said he's going right through Mox, and then after Mox, it's straight to the AEW World Championship. He's gonna take that too. It's his time. Real quick, what do you think? Do you think it really might be Darby's time?
It looks like that's what they're trying to do, but I was feeling like John Moxley, like, no, you're not. You're not. And you're not, and it's like, I'm rolling with John Moxley. This John Moxley right here means business. That Darby Allin, I'm going to start calling him Lamb Chop. Lamb Chop is over there just the yapping and the yapping and the yapping. No, John Moxley is about to beat his fucking ass, okay? And, that's just what it is. I don't know. And then it's like, do we really want Darby Allin to be to be the next AEW champion?
I want Darby Allin to eventually be AEW champion. I don't necessarily need it to be right now. If he does, okay, cool. I think he has potential and should be champion someday. Absolutely, 100%. I wouldn't disagree with anyone that says he should be champion. I don't know if right now is the best time, honestly.
Right, and that's how I feel. I feel like right now is the right time. So I feel like John Moxley, he should do it. Give him, let him build up the title, and then let him have it for a minute, and then have Darby come take the title off of him. Have Darby be the one to take the title off of him. But as Darby Allin is my AEW champion right now, absolutely not.
Okay.
Good. I'm just gonna say Christian Cage, and that's.
Hold on. Go ahead. Say it again.
Christian Cage.
I 100% agree. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since he brought it up, I 100% agree. I feel like for whatever reason, whether they want to copy WWE or they want just some kind of shock factor or something, I do feel that when Darby wins the AEW championship, especially if he does beat Bryan Danielson, that Cage is cashing in and taking it from him immediately. So he's not going to be champion very long. It's going to be a Drew McIntyre situation. I think that's bullshit, but I feel like that's going to happen. So, again, people, you heard it here first. Fourth match tonight, Ricochet versus the Beast Mortis.
Ricochet needs to change his music. Ricochet needs to change his fucking music. I'm sorry. I love Ricochet AEW. I really do. Because y'all know I love Ricochet AEW. But just the fact that his music is straight trash. And even when the art came up on the screen, I said, who the fuck is this? I said, who is this? I'm like, Ricochet. And then, he came out. He's so talented and he's so dope and he's such a great wrestler. But it's like, bro, that is not the music. That's not it. That's not it. Like, come on. Like, bro, like,
music was trash too, I felt like, for his character, for who he is. I didn't like his music.
Yeah, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. I don't want to talk about you like that, but it's like that music is trash. I want to get excited when I see Ricochet, and I can't because I can't get jiggy with it, man. I can't get jiggy with it.
He had better music at Prince Puma and Lucha Underground.
You want to see Ricochet versus Darby Allin?
Nice.
No.
That'd be a good match.
Listen, I know it's gonna be a good match. I'm waiting to see Ricochet versus Swerve Strickland. I want to see that match again.
That'll be good too. But we do get Ricochet picking up the victory in a hard hitting match. I mean, there was some great moments in this match. This was damn near match of the night. It might have been. I'm gonna tie it for match of the night with the main event. Honestly, I'm gonna tie it for match of the night because I wasn't excited for it when I saw Ricochet. I'm like, all right, cool. Who's he go? Oh, now Beast Mortis showed his ass tonight. I don't care what his name is, how his gimmick is, how he looks. He's a straight up luchador. You know what? He showed his ass tonight. That was a hell of a performance. So shout out to him. Shout out to AAA, Lucha Libre, all of it. Just it's amazing performers, amazing athletes. We get Hangman in the ring interview. Real short and sweet. Says he's not done with Swerve, and I want him to be done with Swerve. I want that to be over. Then talk shit about Jeff Jarrett, and Jeff Jarrett replies and comes out. A little quick brawl.
One thing. Our boy MCG asked which Ricochet theme is WWE first, like his music, first one or second.
Oh man, I think the first music he had, from what I can remember, that one wasn't too bad. When they brought him to the main roster, it was trash. I don't like the music he had when he left. I didn't like that at all. I mean, it fit his superhero thing, but I didn't like. I just didn't like the music. I know he timed the spotlight, he timed his movements to it, and all that. For whatever reason, I just didn't feel like he's too badass. They tried to make him too cartoon superhero gimmicky, and he doesn't need that, man. I'm sorry. I don't feel that way. I could never get down with Ricochet as much as I like Ricochet. I could never get down with him in WWE. That's why I feel like his title reigns that he had in the U.S. title and all that, they were not memorable. No one gave a shit. Not because he's not talented. He just the gimmick he had, the everything, the music, all of the presentation. It just didn't fit. Didn't feel right.
Yeah, he needs to find some better music that's befitting of him. Right now, it don't connect. It's always something that's just like the oddball with him. It's like everything in it, just one little thing that just kind of throws it off.
I know he's a goofy dude in real life. He's goofy. He's a nerd. He's a gamer. He's all He did a lot of stuff with up, down, down when he's in WWE, and he plays, so maybe his taste is kind of that style of music, and for whatever reason, it's just not resonating with me personally. I guess I'm not alone. It's some people feel that same way. So maybe he needs to just, if he can go and find what he is character wise, and AEW is great about letting guys do that.
Yeah.
Then get the music that fits, that matches. Ask Mr. Luther J. Diamond, professional wrestler, up and comer. He's changed his music 2 or 3 times because he's finding to find that style, to find that the way everything that works with the persona, with the walkout, with the mood.
Yeah. And then MTG Gamer asked, what about Ricochet versus Hangman? That would be a good match. And no, Ricochet versus Pac hasn't happened yet, but they have teased it. So they have teased it.
Ricochet and Pac did happen. Ricochet and Pac happened at All Out. It happened at All Out. It was a fantastic 5-star match. It was a fantastic 5-star match. Fucking amazing. Just amazing. One of the matches of the night. Who do you think?
Pac?
No, ma'am. It was Ricochet.
What?
Yep.
Damn. I'm going to have to go watch that. Damn. Damn, buddy. That's crazy.
Fucking hell of a match. I think Ricochet is undefeated right now. They're playing on that undefeated thing for when he goes up against Ospreay, which we will get to. We might as well get to it right now. Honestly, that's pretty much that's official. We're gonna see it already. I say finally, but already we're gonna see Ricochet and Will Ospreay. Not next week at
Grand Slam,
but at the 5-year anniversary, the week after. 5-year anniversary of Dynamite, we're going to get Will Ospreay versus Ricochet for that title.
See, this is the one thing that with AEW that makes me kind of like upset. They don't do no long-term storytelling. Like, draw this out. They're always so quick and fast to give it to us. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, and you give it to us so fast that it don't let it get juicy, let it marinate, let it give us the slow build up so we can, make it memorable, so we can really remember it. I feel like they give us these good matches that we've been waiting for, and they give it to us so fast, and then they give it to us back to back that it happens so fast that you forget about it. You don't really get to really savor and really enjoy the whole storyline. It's like, dang. Right. Like, really, I understand, it's the 5-year anniversary. Like, that's cool, but it's like, damn. I don't know. I just wish if they would be better at telling the story and, giving us a real story, reconnect us with the story. Let us revisit why we've been waiting for it for so long, and I feel like they don't give that to us, and I feel like that's a big part of what's missing when it comes to, especially with these title reign matches, this should be a big, huge match where it'll do, so big things for this person's story and in their title reign, and it's not gonna be like how how it's supposed to be. It's gonna just it's not gonna do the justice of how it's supposed to be served. So that's my only thing.
I agree with you. Real quick, all I'll say on it is that in my personal opinion, the reason why we get that all the time, because you're 100% correct, we do get that all the time, is because the company is managed and ran by fans, wrestlers, but fans. Tony Khan, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, etc., and company. Okay, so fans are impatient. We always want it now. We wanted Cody's story over a long time ago. Well, they drug it out till for 2 Manias. And they did great. Looking back, the story was done beautifully. Yeah, whether you like the outcome or you don't, it was one of the best stories in professional wrestling we've had in decades. Okay, it was fantastic, cool, but most fans, especially nowadays, and I think they're trying to appease the squirrel fans.
Yeah.
So that I don't like it. Being an older guy, an older school wrestling fan, growing up with it, I prefer the longer term storytelling. You can give me 4 or 5 good stories that last an entire year. That's perfectly fine with me. 4 or 5 is easy to follow. You can invest in those because 2 of those are probably going to be tag team storylines at least. So that's 4 to 8, 6, whatever, 12 people. If it's AEW, it's 18 people. So that there's these plenty of time to do that. But yeah, anyway, I said quick, so that's quick. That's my rant on that. We come to the main event.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher with Kazuchika, not Kazuchika. Yeah, thank you, Konosuke Takeshita. Look at you getting it. I'm usually one that has to get the name. You got it now. Versus the Young Bucks with the Rainmaker Okada. Again, this was like, you already know, just those names in general. And Kyle Fletcher's been proving himself week after week. Every time you see Kyle Fletcher on TV in a match, whether it's a tag match or singles, he's been showing out, man. He's been showing he can wrestle. So whether you know him or not, you should know him by now. If you don't, you need to check it out. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. He knows what he's doing. He's got the height. He's putting on some bulk. So who knows what we'll see in a few years. I think he needs to perfect his gimmick a little more, whatever it is. But he's man, they showed out tonight. They showed out, and then you do get Ospreay and Okada. Not Okada. Jesus, Takeshita. Sorry, Ospreay, Takeshita, and Fletcher picking up the victory over one of the tag champs. I think it was Matthew Jackson taking the pin against. Was it Ospreay or was it Fletcher that got the pin on him?
Fletcher, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Fletcher.
So they hit him with that beautiful hidden blade combo and then hit him with the other afterwards, and it was done, son. Dunsky, that was it.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I think it was Nick Jackson. I think it was Nick Jackson that took the pin.
Regardless, I was glad to see them take the pin because they get a lot of criticism and they do a lot of shiesty shit. So
me too. I'm not gonna lie, because I was sitting there. I was like, I said he can't kick out from that. I said he absolutely cannot kick out from that.
No,
I said,
that would have been bullshit.
A little elbow raise. I'ma be upset. But I was like, when I seen the 3, I was like, ah. I was like, okay, like. That was, like that's what I call a good match and an end to a good night.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a good. So I am gonna bump mine to a solid 2 as well, 2 out of 3 then, because it really was. It started off all right and it did end on a higher note, and it wasn't. It's not a go home show, but it is a go home show because we're setting up for Grand Slam than the 5-year anniversary. So it did what it needed to do. It established. Already established and reestablished rivalries that we know we're going into soon. Yeah, hyping up Wrestle Dream coming up in October. Yeah. My only thing, okay, now I have a question for you. I have a question for you real quick before we close out the night. And anybody that's tuned in, again, I'm not seeing the comments, so Bonafide, you'll have to cover this, or Boss Man, if anyone wants to chime in or say anything, please, by all means, this is your time. Go ahead and get it in. How AEW used to do things, 4, maybe 5 PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them, a year. And now it's looking more and more like they're trying to keep pace with another certain company. We're getting one every month or every other month. How do you feel about that?
I don't like it. I don't. I guess.
Okay,
I kind of don't like it because I guess I don't understand it. But I guess even when I was saying that, I guess since I don't really watch Rampage and AEW Collision like that anymore, it's really hard to keep up with some of the storylines. So I guess for me, just watching Dynamite and having all these, just constant PLEs, it don't make sense to me. Maybe it would make a little bit more sense if I went back to watching Collision and Rampage. But then also at the same time, he has the battle of the belts every whenever they want to throw it, and I just wish it would make more sense if the storylines were going cohesive with these PLEs. Like if it was really called for, and if it was really necessary.
We do have to put into account, because you made a good point, Rampage and Collision. And it's not their fault that they continue storylines throughout all three shows. Then we don't see all three shows. So they may be covering these storylines a lot better than we think they are. We're just not seeing all three shows, so we're not doing our due diligence. So I do want to give a shout out and a recognition that this is our opinions. Yes, this is our opinions based on primarily Dynamite and the pay-per-views that we see. So let's go ahead and put that little discretion advisory in there. We try to get Rampage, we try to get Collision. With jobs and life interfering, it's really hard to get that much in sometimes. But yeah, I do. That's why I like the promo videos. I like the vignettes they do when they're showing a show. Okay, they show us clips from Collision, they show us clips from Rampage.
And they did do that a lot tonight. So I did like that. So then it did make a lot more sense. You know what I mean? So I wish they would do a little bit more of that. But I also feel like if AEW is really not doing that, I feel like they're not really doing that well to have that many PLEs. You know what I mean? Right. I feel like if it was necessary, if it was then, it would make more sense. But it's like it's not booming like that, because I used to watch AEW Collision and Rampage, and it's like I retracted back, and it's like it's a little overboard, and it's not, it's great matches, but it's not a lot of storyline, and then you're having these PLEs. And you're just throwing these quick matches and these quick little shebangs, and it's just a little too much too fast. Like let's get there. We only been a company that's been up and running for 5 years. Like let's give it a slow build up. Because he still even has another company of Ring of Honor. It's like I generally feel like Ring of Honor should be Rampage or Collision. If Ring of Honor was one of those shows, I would definitely watch because I like Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel like they should acclimate and do things a little bit different, which I think it would be a little bit more appeasing and, make me feel, well, personally just me, I would want to tune in more. I would want to watch it, then I would want to cover it, then I would want to review it. But it's like right now, no, it's not. It's really not worth it. It's not worth the time. I don't know.
And with that said, Tony Khan, if you're listening, do away with Rampage on Friday nights. Go ahead if you want to do wrestling on Friday. That's fine. I mean, I don't really think that you should.
Well,
but if you want
going around that they're getting rid of Rampage.
If you want to do wrestling on Friday Night Rampage, here's what you do. You take away Rampage, you take Ring of Honor, and you combine it with Collision from Saturday, and you do your stories that you do on Collision or whatever. You take your AEW wrestlers that you have in Collision, and you combine them with the Ring of Honor superstars that we never get to see. You put that on Friday nights, and we get Ring of Honor Friday, AH/AEW, whatever. And boom, shakalaka, there you go. There's your money. There's your exposure. There's your merchandise deals. There's your toys. There's the non-bullshit. You can even do it live at that point. And you got some money. Really has time or wants to fucking watch. So, this has been the AEW Mad Family Wednesday Night Dynamite review on the Family Time Wrestling Podcast Television Network for your entertainment and viewing pleasures. It's your boy Lyle Madman Murray. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com and look up FPW for the merchandise, The pricing is below everyone else because we understand how it is and we ain't trying to rob you blind. Bonafide Thundercat, you got anything to say before we go?
Other than y'all keep shining, stay lit, and then be on the lookout. I will be bringing my show back, y'all, and I did change the name. It's Bonafide's in-ring wrestling review, news, and interviews, y'all. I'm gonna try to do it on Saturday. Well, I am gonna do it on Saturday, so y'all be on the lookout. We'll be going live on Saturday. We'll be live and moisturized. But other than that, y'all, it is your girl Bonafide Thundercat. Y'all have a good night. Keep shining, stay lit, and see y'all Tuesday. Forget Liddy. Oh no, catch you Saturday, and then catch y'all Tuesday.
You heard it. Loud Madman Murray. Everyone stay mad, and we out. Diamond Land.